All right, and we're back. Welcome back. Happy Father's Day to all of the fathers. It's June 18th. I was going to say it's morning, but...
It's like afternoon.
Yeah, it's Sunday. It's a Sunday morning, which in my mind goes till 2 p.m.
Yeah, I feel like it's morning until I come back from the grocery store.
Oh.
I feel like it's morning till it's lunch. Like, there's no afternoon on a Sunday. It's like morning, brunch, dinner.
We go from coffee straight to booze.
Yep. Drinking some donut shop K-Cup with some almond and coconut milk.
Yeah, delicious.
Perfectly room temperature.
That was a good slurp.
Thank you. So happy Father's Day to everyone that's out there that, gamed up their girl for a day or two. Laid down some foundation, maybe some flowers, some rose petals.
Yeah.
Crawled up in the shits. Skied it.
Oh.
Someone had to go raw. Shout out to all the people that went raw that day.
Let's make it a little broader, though.
It's Father's Day,
yeah.
so with Mother's Day we can get very graphic.
No,
Shout out to all
we
the women that
we can. That
broader, went through the ring of fire.
Yeah, mothers.
But yeah, shout out to
the fathers and father figures.
I want to shout out to the fathers first, right quick though.
Okay.
Because with a father figure, it's equally as important. Because I've been a father figure once or twice. But the thing is, you can always past tense father figure.
Yeah.
But you really can't, not be a father. Like, once the person's alive and they, in this world and they're contributing to society, father figure title can be taken away from you. Technically you can have your kids taken away from you. But at the end of the day, they can never take away your genetic makeup. And I think that makes a little bit of a difference. So, shout out to everyone that went raw that day and made little people into the world.
Intentionally or
It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying. Both.
I believe in happy accidents.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when kids were finding out that they weren't planned. They were all upset.
I know.
And I was like, nah, dog, I completely understand that. I think planning to have a baby is a kind of a crazy idea.
Yeah.
It's a weird concept to me. We're going to plan to make another person. I
think
that's strange.
All four of us were not planned. I think it just, they were kind of rolling the dice, but I'm pretty sure my mom was just I thought you were the flu. And then I thought you couldn't get pregnant because I was breastfeeding. It was just all of these things were didn't plan on it.
I know for sure none of us was planned. I think we were all just happy. We were planned in the aspect of just leaving it in.
It happened.
Yeah, well, no, I think a couple of them, they thought there was a birth control element involved. But it wasn't
they had those...
you know how some people go crazy and are you ovulating?
Oh, yeah,
and they got
the
calendars. Mm-hmm. And, oh, man, we were watching a comedy special. The little Asian lady who was super pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
And she was saying how, she was they didn't have sex. When it was time, she had a thing, a thermometer or some form of contraption that will let her know that it's ovulating in this peak time. And then he would masturbate to porn. And then right before he was done, she would get on top and
Why?
I don't know. When she was telling the story, I thought that was mad nervous, nerve-wracking, because I don't think I could just jerk off to porn on demand like that. Because what if I'm into some wild shit? What if we're trying and you have the contraption and you're like, Mark, it's time to go. Put on the porn and it's just jerk it off, and then you look up and I'm looking at like BBWs with midgets, and you're just what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
you look over and some midget is spitting in some lady's face, and you're
slapping the shit out of her.
Yeah. Or what if it's in reverse? What if it's really, really tiny Asian dudes, and it's just
porn.
giant Amazonian type women, and then she's picking him up and throwing them, and he's like, oh, mercy, mercy. Or what if it's really crazy? You look over and it's just some dude wrapped in leather with his balls all gagged up, and then I'm just like, yeah, just like 3 more seconds, babe. 3 seconds, you can hop on. I feel like that'd be mad distracting.
Was it like the pressure that he couldn't do it just on his own?
I don't know.
You know, like why? Like I'm just wondering why.
I honestly felt like, and this might be the wrong stance to take, but I kind of felt like she didn't want to, because it wasn't for like sexy time. It was like business at this point. Basically, he jizzed inside of a cup, and then she turkey basted it in. Oof. Except for he was a turkey baster and she was the cup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like, damn, my wife is looking good. Come over here with that fine ass. It was more like, it is the time to cook a baby. Let's cook this motherfucker.
So planned.
Yeah.
Like you were planned. You were a science.
At that point, you were like orchestrated.
Yeah.
You were architect. So yeah, shout out to all the fathers. Shout out to the father figures. All those people out there that's taking care of kids that ain't theirs. Good on you. I was going to say something cynical, but I chose not to. Growth.
Yeah, look at you.
I know, look at me. Oof. So, we are recording in the Till Room, the Spaces studio, and we're making some progress in here. Things are coming together.
It's starting to look really good.
Yep, the audio is sounding a little bit better. We got mic stands, we got desk, and if you want to see Lulu and Pop actually do a review on the Marauders movie review, check out the Midnight Marauders podcast. The video version is on YouTube and the Facebook.
I've blown I posted it on Facebook.
Yeah.
The link is also in both my Instagram handles.
Yeah, you did a lot better job than I did, and I always need to step that up. It's just like I can only do so much.
Yeah, I mean, you did all the editing, and I don't mind stepping in then and doing what I can do.
It's so tough. Like I wish I was a little bit more social savvy. And I have a funny story about social media, like when it first came out, and why I'm not as poppin' on social media. If we have a second.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I saw you looking at your computer, like clocking me. So
nah, I mean, the bus ain't coming to pick me up no time soon.
Oh, okay. What bus?
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So, back when social media first came out, and like the
Are we talking like MySpace days?
No,
or
like
when Instagram first came out.
No, Twitter.
Oh.
When Twitter first came out.
I don't.
Yeah, I want to say Twitter was 2008.
Okay.
2009, somewhere around there. And because MySpace was one of those weird ones where you could be social, but you couldn't be. There's like a lot of bullshit. Like everyone had like those weird things, and they had the backgrounds and all that other wild shit. And like Black Planet was popping, but they were all kind of like forums.
Yeah.
It wasn't as social as you wanted to be.
Interactive.
Right. And Twitter, I was very active on Twitter at like an early. Like I gained like hundreds of followers within that first year of me being on Twitter. And the girl I was dating at the time, I did not have Twitter etiquette and like social media etiquette. And it caused a lot of problems in our relationship. And it ended up being one of those situations where it was like I kind of was resentful of social media and getting heavy on it, because I also recognized how who you are on social media isn't who you are in real life. And people who interact with you on social media, when they meet you in real life, they expect you to be
a certain way.
That person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really, really, really interesting. Because I remember I was doing, I used to get a lot of music video work through like Twitter. And I would also post like super wild and like sexist things. And I was just outrageous. I was one of those dudes that was like trying to slide in DMs, but like trying to act like I was like friendly about it. But realistically, I was just kind of being messy. And I was on a video shoot with Canary Sings, these 2 Seattle female rappers. And like the girl was like, yo, like, I didn't know about your Twitter till today, but if I would have saw your Twitter before this shoot, I probably wouldn't have like okayed you to do this. And then it was like that mixed with like the troubles in my relationship at the time with me. And like in my defense, I was young and dumb and I didn't know any better. But you really do need to have some form of like social media training, or at least be a good person. They
should probably now, because now it's so much worse. They should have a class on that shit in high school, because there are kids
who do the most. I know adults. I know 40-year-old men and women, 40 plus who be up on social media doing the most. And
people that be posting their whole
and I thought it was kind of funny. So I would like a lot of times I would like even at work when they're talking about social media this and they're giving out these handles, I'd be like, yo, does anyone have any social media training? Like typos is like a huge thing. And oh man, my grammar was so my grammar sucks now. But you can only imagine when your grammar sucks and your grammar is sucking in 140 characters. Like, they're like, God damn, my nigga, 140 characters, and you got like 80 of these bitches right, and the rest of them is just fucked up. Like, what are you doing? So, yeah. So, I always have, like, in my mind, social media is not a playground.
No.
Plus, it's definitely, like, a place you can, like, really fuck shit up.
I was saying, plus, you can take down something, but someone screens out.
It's gone.
You know
it's
what I mean?
Up there forever. You know what I mean? So I always look at social media as not like, it's like very serious to me. Like I'm always like double thinking posts, and there's plenty of times I put things up and I'll be like, I don't think I'm going to leave that up there.
Yep.
Or I'm about to post it and I'm like, I don't think this is going to make it. So I don't know. So yeah, especially with Twitter. And it's funny because Twitter is something I'm trying to be more active on. It's just hard.
Yeah, I have a hard time. I deleted my Twitter for a while and I went back on with Lulu and Pop.
Yeah. It's hard.
It's hard.
It's busy.
Yeah.
You really got to be on it. And I feel like it detracts from real life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's why if we ever get big enough, we just hire a social media person.
Yeah.
It's when I can yell at when like that fire tweet comes out and I'll be like, yo.
Fired.
Yeah. Also, Donald Trump doesn't help with none of my Twittering.
I love that he's blocking people. Like, he blocked Stephen King.
The writer?
Yes. He blocks anyone that he doesn't like. But it's really
great
funny.
That Pottis is blocking people. God, I can't wait for him to get impeached.
Yeah.
If you got a problem with it, fucking fight me.
Just turn it. Don't listen to us.
See me in the
honestly,
streets.
like, don't bother because I don't want you to.
All right, so let's diggity do this.
All right.
So 3 famous dads, fiction or nonfiction. I like this.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I had a hard time because there's so many.
I didn't have a hard time at all.
I
jotted down the first
You
3
sure did.
that came to my mind.
All right, you want to go
easily.
every other one? I'll go, you go? Or you want to do me 3, you 3?
I think it works better if you go your 3 and then my 3, and then you can have a discussion. Because I think if we go every other one, it kind of fucks up the flow.
All right. So the first one that came to my mind is Marlin from Finding Nemo. He's a great dad. He swam across an entire fucking ocean.
Very true.
Which I don't even know what that equates to, like, as a human being, like, because he's so tiny.
Yeah.
You know.
I guess flying across the world.
Yeah, he did the most to get his son back.
Yep. A little overprotective, but I understand why.
It was just the 2 of them.
Yep. Hopefully he gets back out there and gets some of that fish booty, you know, because his son's going to get older, and it would be nice if because he can't kick it with Dory at this point. They're like
family. They're like, that's like his sister.
Yeah, I was going to say more like heterosexual life mate. You know what I mean? Where it could never really, because I think the sister bond's a little bit deep, because you can hate a sister and still love her.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But I don't think he would ever grow hatred for Dory.
Nah.
You know, I think that's someone he chose to be around. So yeah, I agree with you.
All right, so number 2, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay.
Kind of disturbing.
A little bit.
But, I mean, this man loved his children so much that he took on a whole new identity as an old woman.
I've never seen Mrs. Doubtfire all the way through. It's one of those movies I just refuse.
Why?
Because it's just one of those movies that, like, took off when I was younger, and, like, all the kids were talking about it and this and that, and it was run by Fruity. I just kind of was like, yo, fuck this movie.
Oh, damn.
Even as a kid, I was cynical. Like, if anything got too hot, I was like, I was like a little kid with counterculture. Like, I didn't want to watch Full House. I thought it was stupid. You know, I didn't like Nintendo. I was a Genesis kid because everyone was on Nintendo's dick. You know what I mean? Like, I've always been the one when everyone's trying to go left, like I'm trying to go right. And it's just like, there's a couple of movies that I just haven't seen because everyone just kept like raging on about them. I don't know if Mrs. Doubtfire came out now, I'll probably watch it because like the twins or something would like want to watch it. But it's still like one of those movies where I'm never like I know the whole plot.
Yeah,
I know enough about it.
It's a sad plot.
Need to see
the mom's kind of a bitch. Like
I didn't know that element. I did not know. I don't know why they were divorced. I don't know if it was his fault. In my mind, he was a working, like the way I saw the movie, he was a working dad who didn't take time out until his family was gone. And then he created this character to do it because he was in movies or something, right?
He was an actor. And then he was supposed to watch the kids and the kids threw a huge raging party.
Right.
And the mom came home to that and she was like, that's it.
And then she moved on to Pierce Brosnan?
Yeah.
How long did that take?
Not long.
So you think he was like in the warm up bin, like he was doing the practice swings. He was next to that. Yeah. Like she had him in the queue.
Yeah, I think so.
That's kind of shysty.
But then she was like, you can't see your kids no more except for these, what's it called? When like someone's
visitation?
There. Yeah.
Oh, supervised
visitation.
Oh, that's stupid.
So like, he wanted to see his kids, and he was like,
"Yeah." So he went the extra mile.
He went the extra mile and became Mr. Doubtfire.
Okay, cool.
All right, so the last one I have is Obama.
Can't argue there.
Had to put him on there.
I was going to put him on there until you did, and then I just didn't want to. I feel like there were so many fathers out there that we shouldn't double up.
Yeah.
Because I definitely agree with Marlin from Finding Nemo and Obama. Mrs. Doubtfire, I can bang with it, but it's not my.
Yeah. I also didn't make the list. I was also almost put Philip Banks.
Dr. Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good list.
Because
that's solid. Honorable mention, Dr. Phil. Yeah, that's solid. I fucks with that. That's a good list. And I don't think no one did it like Obama. Appreciate it. He kept it classy.
He was
the biggest controversy he had was deportation, drones, and his feet on the desk over 8 years. Like it wasn't like now where we're having like 150 days, 170 days in, and
no allegations. He was
never under like an investigation or nothing like that. Like people loved him. He made funny videos. He was great.
He loved his daughters.
All right, so now I'm up next. Number one, I got Mufasa.
Ugh,
I felt like he was a powerful dad, taken out before his time, but he came back beyond the grave.
I was gonna say he showed up.
Yeah,
even after.
True Dizzy.
In the wind.
So yeah, definitely Mufasa is what I feel like is an amazing father. Number two, Darth Vader.
Is he he's just a favorite?
I mean, yeah. Because at the end of the day, he showed up.
I mean, he tried to.
He showed up. Like, so the real mythos with Vader and what's being explored now through a lot of the Darth Vader Marvel comic books is Vader had no idea Skywalker was alive. And then when he did find out like Luke Skywalker was alive and was his son, he instantly started scheming on ways for him and his son to like rule the galaxy. So there's that scene in The Empire Strikes Back where he's like, yo, come with me and we can run this shit. He was legit. He was putting all types of moves in place to take out the Emperor to like run the galaxy. And I was like, damn, because he never let go of his kids even through all of his brainwashing and his evilness. So then when the Emperor was like fucking Luke up in the final film, Star Wars Episode 3. Episode 6. 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6. And Vader picks up the Emperor and throws him off the throws him to his death and shit. Yo, man, that's fatherhood. I feel like that's real life fatherhood. Like I be feeling like because all this started because he was trying to be a good dad and he was trying to like let his wife live so that like the kids could have a mom. And then it just like I can understand how you could try to be a good dad who just fucks it all up. But then, see, the real definition to me of Darth Vader's fatherhood moments is like when he realized his kids weren't gone and he had something to live for, he lived for them immediately. And he started scheming and plotting and like all those years of him and the Emperor just running just running scams. He's like, yo, fuck this. My kids are here. So obviously they're the more important things in my life. Like the way I humanized Vader.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's still kind of a dick.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
but yeah,
a good dad is a dick.
That's true.
A good dad will, like, let you know, like, boy, you being full of shit, and you need to, like, slow it down.
Yeah.
And also Joe West. Now, I'm not, you probably don't know who Joe West is.
I have no idea. And I was like, should I know who this is? Is this one of the things you're going to judge me for?
No.
Okay.
Joe West is the father on the TV show The Flash. He is the father of Iris West, and he raised Barry, who is the Flash. Since he was a child, and his dad went to jail for murder, and his son is the current Kid Flash. So this single dad, I mean, the mom ran out on Joe when he was like young. He's a cop. He always does the right thing. He hasn't dated in years, and he raised two superheroes. Like, I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, and he raised a kid that wasn't his kid, but treats him like it's his own. And even now to this day, if the Flash is ever in some real, like, fatherhood moments, he has a dad who's out of jail now. He won't go to his dad. He'll go to Joe. Like, Joe's the person that he works with and he interacts with. And, you know, it's good. Like, Joe's always there with the black fatherhood moments. So he's like my modern TV famous dad, Joe West. Plus, he's like superhero shit.
Yeah. That's
And he has two kids that are superheroes.
Yeah.
Flash and Kid Flash. So, there you go.
Is there going to be a baby Flash?
I
feel like there should be.
I feel like Barry Allen never had a kid.
Baby,
I might be wrong.
Flash. Be so cute.
There's
Flash
a lot
outfit.
of speedsters, like people who run, but I don't think any of them are family.
Oh, okay.
I don't think, like, I mean, it would be cool. There's a girl named Jessie Quick, and I would love if Jessie Quick and Kid Flash made a little mulatto baby that was like the Streak or some shit. Like, that would be cool, but I don't think that's going to happen. All right, so on to TV.
All right.
Oh, wait. I don't want to talk about that food. Can we talk about another food?
Yeah.
Like, save that food for later.
Okay.
We made some bomb-ass fish tacos last night.
We sure did. Taco Saturday. Fuck yeah, Taco Tuesday.
Taco Saturday. Fish Taco Saturday was the shit. We had some tilapia, black bean, shredded iceberg lettuce that I shredded myself.
Yeah, bare hands.
Bare hand. We put the taco sauce on the fish and the beans. We had cheese queso, guac.
Spicy guac.
Pepper jack, shredded cheese. Oh, man, what's the name of that hot sauce with, like, the lady on it with the wooden knob?
Cholula?
Sounds good to me. Sour cream. And, that salsa from Austin. That Austin-based salsa sauce.
Shit was good.
With some nachos, with some regular chips that we just kind of dipped in there. Oh, with soft shells that I cooked on the grill as well. Well, not the grill, but, like, the skillet and stovetop. Fucking phenomenal.
It was a good dinner.
You know, when I was fasting, I was obsessed with burgers and veggie burgers. But now that I'm eating again, I'm obsessed with tacos.
So it's a good meal.
Like, all I want tacos. I want tacos tonight.
I mean, we could do it. We have enough flour shells. We got the fake ground.
I will shovel tacos into my mouth repeatedly. Like, before, I would be like, "Yo, let's look into this burger thing and this thing." And now all I want to do
because they're
is
light
trap
too,
tacos.
and it's like because they use the little tortilla shell, so it's not heavy.
Right.
You know, unless you eat a ton like we did last night, and then you're like, I need to go for a walk.
You know, I don't even know if we ate that. I was drinking a lot too.
That's true. You were drinking a lot.
Yeah,
it was
think
100
I
proof
had
too.
3 of them. I think I had 3 tacos and a fistful of chips. But I think you had more chips than I did because I was like, I'm trying to get this other taco in.
Yeah, I'm a snack monster.
And the chips were like broken.
They were. I was a little annoyed by that. It was like someone punched our bag of chips. Poor fucking asshole.
It was like someone punched them while trying to put them away. Like they were trying to put them into the aisle and it wasn't working, so they actually started punching the chips.
Remember that story about when you worked at the grocery store and you were punching the tea boxes?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I was so angry. Oh, man. I was so... There's only been a handful of times where I felt rage like that.
Yeah.
And it always results in me punching something.
Yeah.
One time I was in a car, I felt the rage, and I was just punching the roof of my car.
Ugh.
And then that time, it was like, oh, man, I was working overnight at Whole Foods, and then I had a day shift job at Home Depot. This was at, like, pretty recent, too. I mean, maybe like
you graduated from school.
4 years ago, 5 years ago. And
not even.
I was doing the night. Yeah, I was doing a night shift, and I was putting boxes of tea. And the way they had the tea set up, there was like these plastic dividers that the tea, when you're shoving it in, it could only go so far, and it wouldn't line up right, you know. And the dividers were crazy sharp that you would cut yourself in there reaching for them. And I was really good at doing the teas, so they would always have me do the teas. Plus, it was the job no one wanted to do. And I've learned at a very young age that if you do the jobs that most people don't want to do, you will always be doing work. It's just something that I've learned, and I've always just kind of gravitated toward when working jobs that I personally can detach myself from. Because no one's super proud of being a stock boy at Whole Foods. Shout out to Whole Foods for being bought by Amazon.
Yo, was it 13.7 billion?
It was a lot.
Damn.
Somebody was fucking doing it, making moves.
Amazon, I think they're trying to take over the world. They're on their way.
We'll
Whole
see.
Foods buys, if they buy like the pharmaceutical company, or not Whole Foods, Amazon.
I mean, that's definitely a baller move, but it makes sense because they had Amazon Fresh.
That's true.
So it's like, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to order your groceries and pick them up at your local Whole Foods. Whoa, that's a great idea.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's the goal.
Yo, we can totally. Imagine how simple our lives. We wouldn't even have to deal with those people.
That's true.
Maybe they got like curbside pickup or some shit.
I see all that coming.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Damn, we got distracted.
That's cool.
So yeah, shout out to Fish Tacos. Fish Tacos for being genuine. And we watched The Handmaiden season finale.
Yeah, I know we've talked about this show before.
Yep.
And I was trying to figure out what we watched this week that.
Well, we just watched that one movie before we came in here.
Yeah, we
can
did
easily
watch
talk
that.
about that.
We did watch
The Belko.
Yeah. So, we'll talk about that. But so, watch The Handmaiden Tale season finale if you hadn't. It was fucking riveting.
It was hopeful
and emotional. I teared up a lot. There were 2 scenes where I was like, "Oh, I can't take this."
When she hugs him.
When she hugs him.
Yeah.
Maura hugs Luke, and then also when June realizes her daughter's still alive.
Oh yeah, that scene was tough. That lady's a fucking monster.
Yeah, and they made that bitch a villain. Like she's a straight up villain now.
You know, it's always interesting, and I never really want to like. It's always interesting how, from my interaction with women and somewhat powers of position and like being higher up, they're always different than the men because they have to be.
They have to be. Yeah.
And usually they're a lot more aggressive and a lot
meaner,
more.
I don't want to say scarier, but
right. I don't want to say scarier either, but we are both along the same lines of not knowing how to articulate the level of intensity that they bring to the situation.
I feel like maybe you probably have reasons too, but I sometimes. Like, I've had some really good, strong women bosses that I respect.
Right.
And I, like, aspire to, be like them. But then, like, I've also had women bosses, and I'm like, why are you such a... Like, I mean, I understand why, but it's, like...
Yeah.
It's upsetting when they're so nasty. When I guess they've just, like, forgotten and almost lost that part of, like, being a woman. The compassion and, like...
I don't know.
Empathetic part. Or unless they never had it.
I don't know. I feel like it's a larger piece to a smaller puzzle. And one of the things that makes that about that show is like the men are sadistic.
Yep.
But they're sadistic on a surface level. Like they're very juvenile with their sadistic shit. And that's like a dumb thing to say because it's like they rule that world and they're doing this and they're doing that. But for the most part, they're just trying to like, they're just trying to fuck chicks.
Yeah.
If you really boil it down to what the men of the Handmaidens Tale are really trying to do, they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. And it's like, I want to fuck random chicks from time to time. I don't even care if she's got one eye and a missing limb. Like, I'm just trying to get some different skins and I'm trying to stay in control. But then it was like, it gets weird when you could bring in like the women villains because their intentions are like different. Yep. And it's like, oh man, like what she did at the end of that scene. At first I was getting some compassion toward her.
Yep.
Because I felt like she got the raw hand in that deal because she helped bring that world into life.
Yep.
But now I'm kind of like, yo, fuck you.
She needs to die.
I don't think she'll die.
I mean, if I was June, I'd be like, this bitch needs to die. Like, first of all, you're keeping I have a child that was ripped from me.
Right.
Like I was giving her the benefit of the doubt that she didn't know that.
I don't remember. Do you remember if those notes made it anywhere?
She just read them all.
And then she hid him in the bathroom, and then she told the girl.
That lady found him. The cook.
Is she?
I think she's. I'm thinking she's good.
Okay. Because she's what, in my mind, women would be like in that world, where they're not her and the old madam lady, the lady who runs all the Scarlet Hood ladies. Mm-hmm. Like, she's not sadistic. She's a believer. Mm-hmm. But she's not sadistic, where some of them are sadistic as fuck. Like the one lady who has the baby and she got her husband's arm and shit cut off. And I was just like, he deserved to have his arm and shit cut off. But at the same time, it was just like, I feel like everyone realized like the stakes are up.
Yep.
And women, even though they're not in the position of power in that show, they are definitely a threat.
Yep.
And like the men are not just like slinging dick anymore. Mm-mm. I feel like that time is over.
Yep.
It's kind of like the internet. Back in the day, you used to be able to download shit all willy-nilly. And then people started getting those cease and desist and started getting sued. And then it was just shit.
Napster?
Napster, torrenting. But even then, like, even people torrenting on, like, an open IP address was like, yo, you are really rolling the dice. At this point, you're banging a stripper with no condom. Like, God bless you. Hopefully, she really is in college. You never know. You never know. So, good luck with that.
All right, so we did talk about that.
Yep.
We also did watch this morning the Belko experiment.
Yep.
It's pretty brutal.
It was. I don't know how long I would have lasted.
I wouldn't have lasted very long at all. I would have hid.
Yeah,
I would have tried to hide it.
Like, I thought she was going to last for a while.
But, yeah, first of all, I mean, I wouldn't be working in Colombia, so there's that. If it was in America...
Right.
If things were different, but it's one of those things where it's like it's hard for me to put myself in that place because I'm like I wouldn't be there.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. I always I used to think about stuff like that, like when I was like a single man and before the military. They were sending people to Afghanistan and they were paying them a lot of money to do like jobs that I was doing, like customer service and food prep, and they were getting like I wouldn't say six figures, but like 60,000 to like work in Afghanistan for a couple months. And I was like, yo, I will totally do that. Because I can see, because if you're young, you got, it's like really another, yeah. But I don't know. So like I think we're at a good spot in our life where we're young enough to, we don't have to make the desperate older decisions people make where they're like, I'm older, this is the only job I can get. Like, I think finding a job after like 40 is really tough. Like a new gig, unless your resume speaks for itself.
Yeah, unless you've,
Yeah, because just trying to come in fresh, like if you just got your design degree at 45 and you're like coming into
zero experience.
If you're not working for yourself, I feel like it's going to be like a really tough curve for you.
Yeah.
So we're not that old where we're like on that level, but then again, we're also not young enough that we can just run around and do dumb things.
Yeah.
Like
spend
study
5 more years in school.
Yeah, and stuff like that. So like I think we're in the middle grounds of our lives. It's a good place to be. You look cute in the middle.
Thank you.
Beginning and end.
Oh.
Cute all around. 360 cute.
Cute.
All
right. So in local news, Bill Cosby's trial was actually held about 30 minutes from us.
Really? Is that close?
Norristown.
Oh shit!
It's the same train I take, the same train stop. And it was just declared yesterday as a mistrial after 5 days of the jury deliberating. So they couldn't come to a decision. And I don't know if you've ever sat. I've been on jury duty that has ended in a mistrial, and it is the most frustrating, annoying thing, and I can't even imagine what these people were going through. Because basically, once you make your mind up, there's no changing it. Like, the judge makes you keep going back to discuss it, but there's no changing anyone's minds at that point. Like, you've already heard all the evidence. There's no going back. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's just the judge being like, we can't we can't say it's a mistrial, so we're going to make you do this for... They made them do 52 hours of deliberation.
Right. I've never done jury duty.
Fucking sucks.
I know. I would always just do the Liz Lemon and just show up looking like a crazy person.
Yeah.
Because they can't arrest me for that.
Nope. So the jury was 5 women, 7 men.
Right.
They were all bussed in from Pittsburgh, so they didn't have anyone from Philadelphia involved in it.
Okay. I mean, they're still from...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the prosecutor says that it isn't over and that he plans to retry Cosby. The evidence was overbearing, but I think what really, has messed up a lot of these women is the statute of statute of limitations.
Yeah, a lot of that shit happened in like the
a long time
70s.
ago.
I think
Hers
the newest one was in like the 90s or something.
Hers is in the 90s.
Yeah. How old was he in the 90s? Like in his 50s?
He was still old, but because he's 80 now?
All right. Not to be that dude, but why would he do this to himself? Like, all right, let's just because I'm one of those people that be like, are some of those women telling the truth? Yes. Mm-hmm. Are some of them women fabricating to capitalize? Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you don't have that many people out there.
60 people coming forward.
Right.
And he had admitted to, and I forget.
Gave hush money.
Well, he also admitted to owning, what's that drug he was giving them? Dopamine? He had admitted to buying that.
Right.
To give to women he wanted to have sex with.
Well, here's my thing. Like, he has so much money, man. Just go out there and do what rich dudes do and just buy, ladies who understand what the time is made for.
I just think that's what he...
That's like his thing.
That's like his fetish.
Mm.
I feel like at that point, like, you know what I mean? You're not doing that because you think you can't get no one. You're doing that because that's what gets you off at night. God, I hope we never get that rich. I don't ever want to get rich to the point where I get weird fetishes. Well, I think that if he's been doing this since before, he was doing this before Cosby Show. Like, he was doing this.
He's been rich for a while.
But he was doing that. I think that he's always been into some shit. Yeah. And he was just given an opportunity to run wild with it.
Because you gotta think, even before the Cosby Show was him as an adult. Like, he's been doing comedy since he was in his 20s. Mm-hmm. And he's been pretty successful for a really long time. Like, I don't think young broke Cosby was pilling girls in like high school and stuff. Mm. But I think there was like maybe Studio 51 Cosby definitely got it off and popping. Yeah, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think he just had a level of success and a level of like wealth, and he was literally in a lane of his own. Like, there was no like Bill Cosby's. Mm-mm. Like, the stuff that he was doing, he probably in his mind felt entitled to do whatever he wants. And the crazy thing for me, though, is like, not only was this a mistrial, which I think is like astonishing, when he was leaving the trial, he said, "Hey, hey, hey," like Fat Albert. Yeah. And it was just strange. Like, what are you doing, Bill Cosby?
Why are you making jokes when you're on trial?
It was very weird, and I don't think he takes it seriously. And he's probably one of those people that like doesn't see it as rape, like people who like don't consider head cheating. Yeah. Or like it was another country, so it doesn't count type thing. Or it was Vegas. Or like, we just made out, but that's not like cheating. Mm-hmm. Like, people have like all these weird rules in their minds that lets them justify their actions. Mm-hmm. So that's probably why he can walk around and shout out fucking old ass catchphrases after, having a hung jury for raping like 13 women. Mm-hmm. And to him, that was a good idea. Like, no one thought that was a good idea, but Bill Cosby. So, it sucks, What really sucks, though, is, like, he had a really, really good legacy up until this point.
You know who helped open that back up?
Hannibal Buress.
Your boy.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at him. But, I mean...
I'm not mad at him either. It's just one of those things that sucks. You just hope, and it doesn't suck because I like Bill Cosby. It sucks because at the end of the day, he's just another pair of dick and balls. and you'll be surprised what people will do to get the dick wet. Like, it's not like you haven't had it before. You know what I mean? Like, come on. You know?
Yeah.
You would rather just tarnish all of that hard work and legacy. And the crazy thing is like, those are the ones we knows about. Like, who knows
how
many chicks he like pilled out that has no clue, that they don't even know.
Yeah,
or maybe
he
gave
remember.
them the crazy hush money and sent them on their way.
So true.
Yep. Let's see. What do we have next? I'm up here trying to work it from the iPad, which is kind of okay, cool. Environmental. The consequences of the world goes meat free. So if vegetarianism was adopted by everyone by 2050, the world would have about 7 million fewer deaths every year. A veganism would bring that up to 8 million. Not to be a dick, but for only an extra million, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, for all the shit you gotta.
Not to be a total asshole, but I kind of like fish and cheese.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, this isn't ever going to happen, but it is interesting to read what what would happen.
Right. So food-related emissions would drop around 60%.
Which I feel like I've heard that before though, that like
the what is it? The poop get like the farts. It's like has something to do with like the methane or something,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
Because when you fart, doesn't methane come out?
Yeah, this would be getting rid of red meat, which come from methane-producing livestock from people's diets. So
yeah, because we have so many cows to the point where burgers are $1. So
true.
You know what I mean?
So true.
However, farmers in developing worlds would really suffer. I don't know what this means. Arid and semi-arid rangelands can only be used to raise animals. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing that they're saying that like certain areas where grass doesn't grow and they can't grow vegetables, they can only like raise animals to like eat off of. Let's see. Repurposing farmers' pastures into native habitats and forests would alleviate climate change and bring back lost biodiversity. I like that word.
Yeah.
Biodiversity is like a cool word. Like when I think of it, I just think of like a mad, socially conscious Earth.
Yeah.
Being like, chill. Okay. Including larger herbivores such as a buffalo and predators such as wolves, all of which were previously pushed out or killed in order to keep cattle. Damn. I mean, there's a lot going on here. Did you want to read some of these that really stood out to you? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically one of the things they're saying, taking livestock like sheep away could actually have negative impact on biodiversity, as their grazing has helped to shape the land for centuries. So some farmers could actually be paid to keep animals for environmental purposes.
Right. I never believe in being all of anything.
Yeah.
Like if someone was to ask me my current diet, I wouldn't just be like, I'm a vegetarian.
No, I mean, I haven't eaten like a pork, like a meat, basically.
Right.
Since January, so it's been about 6 months.
Right.
And I don't miss it, but I also don't like. I think that we should, for health reasons. I think that meat consumption should be cut down.
Yeah.
But I also don't I wouldn't force my child to be a vegetarian. I would be very conscious of what I'm putting into my child's system, though.
I would try to avoid sugar with the kid for as long as I could.
But I've cut out meat. Mostly, a big reason is because I feel better.
Right.
And that might not be true for everyone.
Yeah.
But I know when I would eat meat, it made me feel worse. I would had way more stomach aches. I just felt shittier. So that's basically why. I mean, I feel like both of us don't eat.
Yeah, I've had meat since January, like various things here and there. But I don't if someone was to say, I would say I'm more pescatarian than anything. And because there's certain times when I don't feel like having cheese, and I won't like have cheese products.
Yep.
But I wouldn't say that I'm vegan. Like I don't really consume a lot of dairy, but I'm not saying, you know. But if like someone made an amazing burger, I wouldn't be like, fuck out of here with that. Like I would still indulge here and there, but I'm not eating meat every day. I would probably say every so many months.
Yeah.
Something comes across my way, and I'll be like, I'll give that a shot. And I think that's a healthy way to live, because at the end of the day, like anyone who claims to be any one thing, if you were ever put in a situation where you couldn't be that thing anymore, like what would you be? You know, like if you're vegan all day long and you happen to be stranded on an island full of like wild boars,
you're eating some pork. You're
gonna be tearing some boar up. You know, and it's just, I think it's more my thing with the food. It's more like a level of respect. Like even if I would prefer to eat the whole animal and not like have it like be wasteful and throwing shit away. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I don't know. I feel like there's such a way to fix the world, but we just don't care.
We don't care. I mean, some of us care,
right,
but the people in charge don't care.
But even us caring, like we don't care as hard, because if we wanted to, we could force the people in control to do things. But that would require us being very uncomfortable. And a lot of people just be like, nah, I got things to do. I got bills. I got this. I got that. And no one like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you really like, but the thing is like, so like one person out of like thousands will be like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to tie myself to this tree and I don't care about this. I don't care about that. But then most people are like, I'm just going to hashtag about it and just not do this. But I'm not really going to like address the bigger problem. Yeah. Because we could have the world fixed, man, but we just don't care like that. And especially us in America, where we're not in a situation where we're like, we don't have the fear. Like a lot of people have fear where like you're not allowed to speak. You know, we don't have that yet. And the way things are going, I don't think we will, because I think he's about to be up out of there.
Hopefully. Yeah. So on to the next thing. So this article struck out to me because we've had conversations at my job and such about sharks lately, because it is summertime and a lot of people I know don't fuck with the ocean like that.
Right.
Because of such things as sharks. And last week I had just actually read an article that, this is a different article, about this woman that was on vacation in the Bahamas with her husband. She was from South Carolina, and she was out snorkeling, and a shark attacked her and bit off her fucking arm. Horrifying. And then also lately, because one of the Instagram handles, like LBI, Long Beach Island, which is where I used to vacation as a child. We've actually gone there together as adults.
Nice.
It's a beautiful place. But they've actually there's like a chipped or whatever, like a tracked shark that keeps showing up on like the radar. And my sisters are going there next week, and I was like, yo, don't go past your ankles into the water. And then I saw this video, which this dude filmed, of a great white shark thrashing in shallow water. And it's in California, or Baja California, Mexico. So that's like right at the bottom, I'm guessing. And it's this shark that is literally in like, what is that? Like 2 feet of water? What would you say? So. If you scroll down can you see the video?
Hold on, I'm about to do it now. Just make sure the audio is off.
So this shark is around 14 feet long and was moving around in 3 feet of water. This dude basically like walked out.
Jesus.
Like he thought it was a beached whale, and like he went out to check it out and realized it was just giant great white shark just fucking squirming around.
How long is this video?
I don't know.
Oh, it's 8 minutes. All right, here we go. Let's play a little bit of this right quick.
Okay.
That does not look like a whale.
Well, I guess from far away.
No, it doesn't. It does not look like a whale. It looks like a monster.
That's not a hammerhead. I think that's a white shark. Did you see the hammer?
That might be a white shark.
That guy's fucking insane. First of all, like, absolutely not would my ass be like, oh, let me pull up my pants and wander into the water.
That's a fucking white shark, dude.
Huge freaking shark, bro.
Holy shit.
I think they were pretty safe at this point, though. But if they had any babies,
Get out of the net? I think it got out. That net goes through that whole area, though. I don't know if he got out or not. Oh, shit. That's fucking gnarly. Look, here comes the guys.
it's a pretty big shark.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's getting closer. Oh, they're yelling at people to get off the beach. I think it's huge. Okay, enough of that.
So basically what had happened, it swam up there and it wasn't trapped. It was hunting stingrays.
You know what? Good on that shark. Because
Yeah.
stingrays are fucking deadly.
Well, it's funny, not funny, but so the one dude actually, later on in the clip, he comes limping out of the water because he had gotten cut by a stingray.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what? Good on him. You know, because fucking stingrays killed the crocodile hunter.
So true.
They look cool, but did you want to adjust this mic a little bit? Because if you go like, hold it. Yeah, because you want to aim up like this, so you can
and
have
then
it.
I lock it.
Yeah, at the level that you want it.
Eee.
There you go.
All right.
Some behind the scenes stuff for you there. Okay, cool. Yep. So we will definitely put this link in the bio for everyone to check out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we should upload it to our Facebook page. That is facebook.com/Lulu and Pop. Check it out. Yeah, no, fuck this. I have my fear of the ocean has nothing to do with sharks. And I think my fear is because I've been out on the ocean for days.
I was saying you spent
my greatest fear is being drifted out.
Yeah.
And there is nothing. Like when I say there is nothing, like there's nothing. Like I remember there would be times I would go to the top of the ship and you would look out and it would just be nothing for as far as the eyes could see. Like north, east, west, wherever you were, it was just water. And the crazy thing was is that you can actually like dehydrate in that water because you can't drink it.
Yeah.
And there's no food really. Like the fish aren't really hanging around. Every once in a while, a dolphin will come up and do some wild shit and then like go about their business. But that was like the most terrifying thing. Like a shark is scary because it's like a predator and it will eat you. Mm-hmm. But that death will probably be pretty quick. I think drifting out in the middle of nowhere is like
scary,
terrifying.
Yeah.
So I really don't fuck with cruises and like long, super long boat trips and shit like that. Like the Navy kind of filled up my my bar for that.
You're all set.
I'm set. I'm good.
Yeah.
I would do like a day cruise or like what is the thing where you get on a boat and then come back like for like a party?
Party boat. I don't know the other word for it except party boat.
I was thinking something like a yacht. You know how you'll get on it and it'll be like a party and then you'll get off. Like you don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Like I would do some shit like that. Maybe paddling or canoeing. Sure. Maybe. Depends on where we are. But I wouldn't like a long 7-day cruise of me on the boat. Probably not.
No. Plus, completely off. I mean, with the boat things, when one person gets a stomach virus and then you read about how everyone on the ship got fucking diarrhea.
Yeah.
And they had a dock. I'm like, nope.
We called it the Double Dragon.
Yeesh.
Because while the water was coming out of your booty.
Oh, jeez Louise.
The water was also coming out of your mouth. So you had a bucket of barf and a raw butt from pooping.
Yuck.
So I respect the ocean. Shout out to Aquaman. Fuck these sharks in his water. And, you know, sharks are kind of crazy. Like, they can do some pretty interesting shit.
Yep.
And they're actually kind of intelligent.
Yep.
Like, a
Real
lot of
scary.
sea life is actually really smart. Like, octopus are fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
They have the brain capacity of like a 7 or 8 year old. And if you know any kid, 7 or 8 is when a kid is at its
pretty fucking smart. Pretty aware and
they're also like super vicious.
True.
Like a 7-year-old is like
True
burning
statement.
ants and shit. You know, like an 8-year-old unchecked little boy would like probably kill another kid. and then be like, oh, we was just playing. I just DDT'd his neck off. So, all right. Shout out to everyone out there going to the beach. Be safe.
Yeah.
If you see a flipper in the water, get out the water.
Yeah, don't
and
investigate.
Then don't do that thing where you get out and you let other people get in.
Yeah.
At least warn them. Like when me and my lovely wife saw a snake
Sea snake
in the water,
Whew.
we let people know, hey man, there's a sea snake. And if they want to be like, well, that sea snake is over there, I'm going to go over here and get in this water.
That's their
then I'm
business.
be like, bro, you live your life. I'm going to go by that. I'm going to go by the pool where there's a bar and hang out in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Snake free.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about this trouser snake.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
It wasn't that type of resort, but I mean, it could have been.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting. Yeah.
Especially if you don't know.
I think you would know before you didn't know.
True.
Mm-hmm. All right. And so the last article of the week, we are talking about relationships. I feel like we always wrap it up with relationships, and I'm always like thrilled to do it. I'm going to do something a little different. I'm actually going to hold this. Oh, there it is. Oh, sit back. Sit back and relax and chill. Okay. So here we go. They say what straight husbands can learn from gay husbands.
This is fitting too because today is Philly Pride.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like yesterday.
Well, last week there was a lot of prides, but Philly's is today.
I thought it was yesterday. Like, wasn't there a parade yesterday?
Probably. No, there's a parade today too.
Okay. I remember my first pride parade, and I've never seen men in glittered underwear just dancing on, like, Lisa Frank looking floats.
Beautiful.
And it's cool. Like, I can't say that I was exposed to homosexuality at like an early age, because I really wasn't. I didn't meet my first legit I'm here, I'm queer person. So I was in the military and I was like 23. And when I did, and he was telling me like, yeah, this and this, I was like, well, that's interesting. Tell me more. And it was just cool. Like, I guess he felt comfortable enough with me to like come out and just talk about that shit. Because back at that time, it was not.
Wasn't okay.
Don't ask, don't tell. Well, no, it was don't ask, don't tell during that time, but it wasn't fully acceptable.
Okay.
So you could be gay, you just couldn't, because he was actually seeing a high up person
Oh wow.
on the ship
Ooh,
that
that's
he was like fornicating with.
Damn.
And when he told me the person, I was like, that big motherfucker is gay. But it was just one of those situations where it was just like, you just, it is what it is. So yeah, and then I came to Philadelphia, got into like the Starbucks. I became a super hipster for a couple years, and I feel like when you're doing jobs like baristaing and working in secondhand thrift stores, you meet a lot of interesting people, and a lot of those interesting people happen to be on the come on, help me out.
LGBT.
I always think there's something else there. I want to say the letters in different orders, and then I'm always thinking about the Q because the Q came later.
Yeah.
Like the Q. LGBT came, and then I started hearing the Q like a couple years later. So a lot of LGBTQ. I got to work on that, folks. And it was really interesting because I had a lot of these same concerns. I wouldn't say they're concerns. I think they're more like questions in how their lifestyle works. Because if you're not around a lot of people who are gay or, identify as this or that, you think everything is the way you were brought up to think it was.
Yep.
So, basically this article breaks it down to how straight men can learn from gay husbands because gay husbands don't have the husband and wife dynamic. And a lot of people think that they do, and they don't. I think it's very, very interesting. Cause I had this conversation with my mom a lot. That she's always interested on which one's the girl.
Yeah.
Even in lesbian relationships, not just because there's a more masculine looking one does not necessarily always make her the girl in the relationship, because at the end of the day there are two women who are in a relationship and they balance out the roles. So in this article, what they're saying is because there is no husband and wife and it's husband and husband, you simply get to be
whoever the fuck you want to be.
Who you are, right. And they are two individuals with equal and valid opinions and differing talents. And I think that's so important because a lot of times, a lot of times there are these roles that men are supposed to play and that women are supposed to play in a relationship and in a marriage. And I don't think it should be that way. Like, just because you're a woman does not mean you should be the one cooking and cleaning.
Yep.
And, you know, just because you're the man doesn't mean that you should make all the decisions in the household. Like, you might be better off doing other things. I believe in a 50-50 household, but I don't believe that 50-50 always has to dwell back to
stereotypes.
Right.
Well, it's funny because the other day, and actually I've heard this before. Have you ever heard like a father kind of brag that he never changed one of his kids' diapers?
I don't know if it's a bragging move, but I have heard it.
I've heard quite a few men be like, I've never changed my kids' diapers.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why?
Yeah. That's stupid.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. So, I don't know. That's just whatever. Like guys who can't cook at all, or just can't function.
Refuse to.
Yeah, like can't, you know, like I don't believe in anyone doing one thing.
I can speak firsthand to that. That's what I grew up with. If my mom had to work,
yeah,
we had cereal until we started cooking. And actually, my brother grew up to be an amazing cook. He actually he almost went to the Culinary Institute. But yeah, he went away from that. He was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm a cook.
I was actually raised in a different household where my dad did a lot of the cooking. My mom was an okay cook, and she still does like fairly well. She's learned with time. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, if it was ever like a cook off, my dad would destroy my mom.
I would say your dad
any day
is
of the
a
week.
Talented cook, chef. Like
yeah.
I'll eat meat when he cooks.
Like, he did eat that turkey burger.
Yeah.
I wasn't into it. It was too big.
It was huge.
The one thing that I know is like my dad was raised not to depend on women. So he knew how to do laundry. He knew how to fold. He knew how to sew. He knew how to cook. He knew how to clean. And that was just one of those things that he gave to us. So at a young age, every dinner time, we were part of the dinner process. Like we were cooking and we were like leaving out chicken, and we were doing this and we were doing that, and we were cleaning, and we were all part of it. Like we were part of the laundry. We were part of the ironing. We were part of like the tailoring. And those are still values that I hold true to. Like I still enjoy cooking. I know how to cook. Like I can beat any situation and be taken care of because I know how to do things. And I feel like that helped translate into a healthy marriage.
Yeah,
because
sure.
you don't expect anyone to do any one thing.
Nope.
In like the guy who wrote this article has this book called The 7 Principles of Making Marriage Work. They did a study of 130 heterosexual couples. And it says, even in the first few months of marriage, men who allowed their wives to influence them had happier relationships and were less likely to eventually divorce. Oh, God, eventually. When men who resisted their wives' influence, statistically speaking, when a man is not willing to share power with his partner, there is an 81% chance that this marriage will self-destruct.
Damn.
So for all those motherfuckers who are like, I'm not changing no diapers, you push this like 9-pound like baby out into this world, you can get your ass up and breastfeed and change that diaper. Bro, you're going to be hanging solo and probably paying some child support. While your kid calls someone else dad, someone who will like get up and, you know, help change her brother or sister's diaper. You know, like that old caveman thinking is in the past. I mean, there might be some people who want it, but for the most part, you got to step your shit up. You know, because ain't no divorces happening around her. Around her. So yeah, that was interesting. What do you think about that?
I agree with all of this. I mean, it makes sense. Fuck gender roles, unless it's like, you know, for the most part.
Yeah, I still feel like society doesn't respect most. Like you can't do it. You can do some things and you can't do some other things. Still, like I think it would take a lot of time before all gender roles are gone.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I know even like men still aren't allowed to cry unless like some real shit happens. Like, I can't be watching This Is Us and then just start tearing up all
You
emotionally.
stop watching that show. That show was too sad.
It was too much. And plus, they have too many cliffhangers.
We watched like one episode and we were like,
Well, then I started reading into it, and I was like, this and this and all these cliffhangers
Yeah.
and time jumps, and I was just like, I don't really got time for this show.
yeah.
But yeah, if you're watching, if I was watching Steven Universe and Pearl is singing "It's Over," and I'm just like contemplating and relating to a woman who loved another woman and then lost that woman to a man, and now she's gone and she's raising her son with the man that she lost him with, that's sad.
Yeah.
That's depressing, and she kind of will she's wondering why can't she move on. If I was to cry to that and you came through and you were like, what's going on? Is someone all right? And I'm like, yeah, I was just crying Steven Universe. You would be like, you know, and it's still kind of like, it would, I think you wouldn't like play me, but I think a little
Absolutely
level of
not.
you will kind of be like, if shit gets real, I might need to really like step up. Yeah, because it's kind of like, I mean, I can understand if you came home and you're like, why are you crying? And I'm like, oh my God, I saw a kid get hit by something, you know, or this, that, and the third, or like someone in the family. And it's just like, why are you crying? Oh, Steven Universe was a really sad episode this week. You just be like, the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I mean? You would probably like, but you know, like, I think like those type of things where, you know, it'll take a while before, you know, men are allowed to cry and women can be in positions of powers without being total like monster bitches. It's going to take a while, you know, for those roles to iron out, you know, where a stay-at-home dad is just as common as a breadwinning mom.
Yeah.
You know, and they're just parents. I look forward to the day. Hopefully it's in my lifetime.
Yep.
I was seeing such progress, and then, you know, shit got weird. So hopefully we can get back right and fix shit. So, yeah, I want to say that wraps us up for the week. Hour 6-minute episode. We did good.
Nice.
A lot of talking. Yeah, so you want to fill them in on some info?
Yeah. Okay, so if you haven't, please like us on Facebook. It's Facebook.com/Lulu and Pop.
Facebook.com/Lulu and Pop.
Oh, yeah. Boop, boop. I failed.
Correction.
Thank you, boo boo.
Got you. Here to make you stronger.
Also, Instagram. It's just Lulu and Pop. All one word. We just posted yesterday the YouTube video of me guesting on the Midnight Marauders, discussing Wonder Woman. It's a super awesome show. You can see the teal room where a lot of the magic will be happening.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
And also, it is now less than a month to our Lulu and Pop live show at Tattooed Moms, July 15th at 6 p.m. Please come check us out. I don't want to say harass because that sounds strong-worded.
Right.
I want to remind all of our lovely people to please come out and support us. It'll be awesome. Tattooed Moms has some amazing food.
And we're going to have some bomb-ass...
We're going to have some giveaways, some audience interaction.
Hopefully.
Yes. If not, it'll just be me and Mark giving giveaways to each other.
I'm down. I'll buy some dope shit.
I would say these prizes are going to be dope, so...
Yo, Xbox One? Sweet. Who wins, Mark? Ah, damn.
Who's buying an Xbox One?
I mean,
That's a...
we
Don't
gotta do
listen.
it for the fan.
That's not true. That is not true.
Xbox 360?
Anywho,
Xbox Original? Nintendo
check us
Wii?
out. You got me all distracted now. Like, all right, Boo Bear, you got anything to say? You want to talk about your stuff?
Yeah, sure. So, just so you know, this show and all of our current shows are being brought to you by Fishbox. Go to www.getfishbox.com and sign up for 30 days of exclusive deliveries. What Fishbox does is that they work with you on a window to have your packages delivered. So you don't have to be like me and Lauren, where we can only pick up our packages once a day on Saturday between the hours of 8 and 2 p.m. And hopefully all of our packages are there because... the post office people suck.
Oh,
you
they
can
blow.
actually work with the lovely people at Fishbox. Meet Napoleon. Tell him Mark sent you. Use the password spaces25 and get your first 30 days for free. Never miss a package with Fishbox. I think that was a good reading.
That was.
All right. And I guess that kills it for us. So, Lauren, say goodbye.
Goodbye.